Good day, everybody. This is Greg Johnson. I'm the CEO of Invoca, and we're very excited because we have Invoca Summit coming up in just a few weeks on October 20th through 22nd. And as part of the countdown to Invoca Summit, we're having conversations with some of those outstanding innovative customers that are finalists for Invoca Summit Awards. And so today I'm very humbled to be joined by Chris Eckert, who runs the performance marketing team at BBQGuys, to talk a little bit about digital marketing in 2020 and how they've responded in their business. So Chris, welcome. Really appreciate you taking the time to join us today.
Thanks, Greg. Pleasure to be here. BBQGuys in general, what we do is if you are looking to cook anything outdoors, we are more than happy to provide you with everything from an outdoor kitchen all the way to just a standalone grill, even pizza ovens. And then we sell patio heaters to keep you warm into the season, and everything in between, really. Our primary customer demographic is that high-end kitchen, but as we grow and as people learn more and more about us, we're working on ways to deliver the same experience further down to people who are thinking that the only place to buy a grill is, walking into a Home Depot. And we're looking to expand that market and really deliver a lot more for that customer. We cover everything from the heavyweights for us are really, Google Ads, Microsoft advertising, Verizon Media even, and then Facebook, of course. Basically anything where you're paying for that advertising dollar is basically under my team. And it's fun. A customer who is either showing intent, so that's searching in Google on everything from buy and grill, but even it could be intent on something tangential, like how to grill a steak. You are gonna see our ads coming up in a video that you might be searching on YouTube or looking at on YouTube. Or again, you are already very lower in the funnel, looking to actually buy a grill. All our advertising is essentially then pulling to our site, or at least within my team is pulling to our site. As that, if they don't hit our site, but they're using, say, text ads or something like that on Google, we are using all those phone numbers are Invoca. If we do direct mail, it's an Invoca phone number on our direct mail as well. So even if they don't touch our site, we can actually track those calls and those conversations. If they do hit our site, it's the classic kind of number switching, and we track all that data as well. And the real goal is some sales are simple. So it is very clear you already know the product you want. You're simply looking for kind of the best price and service, and you might never even place a phone call. A lot of the higher end grills that we sell have lots of options. It's like buying a car, lots of options. People aren't sure necessarily which one is the best for them, and they're gonna get on the phone and talk to one of our sales team to help them really understand what's the best grill for them. And that's where kind of the magic happens with Invoca. So if that sale happens offline, we are able to pass all that transaction data back to all our ad platforms that triggered those sales. So it's a self-fulfilling mechanism of performance marketing, essentially. And even if it isn't a directly connected platform, I can still listen to those calls, or we can use your AI to group those calls and better understand what's going on in the marketplace and how those customers are interacting with our organization. Those are very complex purchases, and not just with you understanding what you're going to buy. A lot of times what people are doing is they're working with contractors or designers and stuff like that. And those do not happen over chat. They don't happen with just a transaction on the web. So that any complex transaction typically involves lots of phone calls. And being able to track that and understand all the touch points just on the phone alone that result in the same sale is also huge. Knowing it's multiple calls from different phone numbers with different people involved is a huge win for us. We're here to bring people together, and you want to make that as frictionless as possible for the person reaching out to us to make that happen. So for you, where you are, trying to determine the various levels of grill that you need, our real goal is to get you exactly what you need, because you'll always come back for the next one. We don't need to oversell on a grill that's 3 times the price if your skill set isn't gonna match what that grill can offer additionally, or there's just better things to do. You can use that extra money, even if it's still spent with us, maybe again, Maybe you're going to be grilling into the fall and you're going to want patio heaters. And that's really a better way to deliver that better experience for everybody. And that's really what our customer service team is there to do, is to make sure that what you really want, the why of why you're calling, is getting fulfilled. Because if you can get that done, then you're going to have the right feeling, and we're going to sit in your mind in the right place where you go, you know, I want to deliver another great experience for the guests coming over. I'm going to go to BBQGuys. And that's really what our team's there to do. Understanding what the customer is really asking on the phone allows us to pivot, because a lot, you might talk to, you know, you're looking for replacement maybe for DCS, understanding that the traffic is coming in on DCS, but the phone call is being turned around to another alternative brand, maybe Fire Magic. Mm-hmm. That's the right thing that we should be coaching our team. A lot of the value for digital marketing integration with call tracking is actually past the click. It's not getting the click and getting the most value for the money you paid for those clicks. And that's really what all of 2021 is for us, and Invoca, and working with other integrations with other companies altogether, is the consumers coming in to get something solved, and we want to be able to best match that. Whether it means we can solve it just without even a phone call, which is super helpful because we have a limited team that can answer those phone calls in the first place. But then if they do place that phone call, what can we learn so that the next call is just that much better? It's that much more in tune with the consumer. I really think of it as, you know, consumer empathy and understanding really what's behind the call and solving that. And also in the times of COVID, the empathy of the call center rep. You know, it's very easy to just focus on give the customer exactly what they want. But when your customer representative is stuck between not having inventory to sell them or telling them that, you know, something is back ordered for 6 months, having the empathy for your team can go a long way to keep the morale up. And then obviously high morale makes for good sales and good customer support. I would use myself as an example. So I am, ask anyone, not a great cook at all. However, when I started with paid time grilling, it taught me a lot about grills and what makes a good grill, and how to cook a steak properly. And that boils up essentially all the way into the advertising that I control. Because when I look at what ads are being featured, what's in the ad, what is it conveying, it again helps me connect with the customer as just the advertiser. I'm not just slinging ads with, you know, deals. You have to be able to connect and tackle the right customer with the right product and just the right way to communicate with them. And fears, understanding the fear that someone has of, like, again, you're having a great party. It doesn't matter whether you have a DCS grill or a Weber grill. You don't want to be the guy who overcooks the steak, you know?
Or undercooks the turkey on Thanksgiving. That's a big one too.
But that's totally it. Knowing that allows us to guide a lot of our creative. It allows us to make sure that we're connecting with all various types of people. In fact, we came out with a whole set of grill skills, which come out with someone who is, again, hasn't even learned how to make a burger patty, or you think you do until you watch that and you go, man, I'm not even making burgers correctly, all the way to, you know, way more advanced things. And I think, again, it makes the marketer and anyone internal very confident because they're competent. And those two just continuously play off each other, of competence and confidence. And then, you know, it's like when you get to talk to anyone in any skill or anything you want to learn, when you get to talk to someone who knows what they're doing, but also knows how to communicate it to you, you'll buy anything that they got. Yeah, I mean, as I mentioned before, I am very interested in leveraging Invoca past the click, past the even kind of that initial call, to really make the most of that. And I think I even wrote it down. I think it was one of your companies that's talking is a Spectrum Retirement Communities, and they're really talking a lot about taking the attribution to customer experience, and that's the big thing. Attribution. I'll tell anyone who's listening to this call, Invoca made attribution not an issue anymore. which is usually the biggest issue in digital marketing. And now that I've kind of got that past, it's really, how do I make that attribution number bigger? And the only way to do that is to understand my customer, understand their journey, understand the pain points of the other person on the phone that's on our team, in solving those and getting outside of my silo of marketing to transform the organization.
Yeah, and I think there's one other session that comes to mind just as a tip to both Spectrum Retirement. You're going to have somebody who runs the sales team and somebody from marketing. Windstream Communication, same thing, somebody who runs sales, somebody who runs marketing, talking about how they're working together off of a unified set of data to really fine tune the whole revenue engine. And I think that's going to be a big theme for us at Summit is how do you not just fine tune your marketing, but how do you fine tune the end-to-end revenue engine across both e-commerce or digital conversion points, but also into the contact center, that assisted sale, because ultimately our goal at the end of the day is just help you drive revenue and drive great customer experience. Well, it's great to talk to you. I'm personally bummed we won't be able to see you in person this year because we were hoping to get some BBQGuys grills fired up for people to have some great food as part of the event, but we'll put that on the to-do list for next year. But certainly thank you all for being a great customer and a great thought partner. I think, Chris, it's been great working with you all over the past year or so, and we look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks at the event.
No, I mean, I appreciate it. I remember last summit, or this time last year, I was still a prospect, I believe. And to be frank, the summit is what turned me from a prospect to a customer, because I was able to be very confident in what I was being explained to me directly from the people who built the software, who have implemented the software. So it definitely made it a much easier transition. And I was very comfortable, going internally and advocating to move forward. So I am very happy with how it turned out last year for me. And I look forward to only building on that this year.
Great. Well, thanks for your time today. And we look forward to seeing you virtually in a couple weeks.
You got it. Thanks.
All right. Take care, Chris. Have a good one.